Welcome to Graniterock's A.R. Wilson Quarry in Aromas, California. My name is Don Barrett. I'm in the Aggregate Sales Division. Joining us on our quarry tour today is going to be Bill Dam from our Research and Technical Services Division. Bill, let's take a quarry tour.
Let's do it. About a half a mile behind me, you can see Graniterock's active pit. Before we can remove the rock, we have to remove the overburden. If you look up to the tree line, you can see just below that is the overburden. This is the topsoil that sits on top of the rock. We use scrapers to remove that overburden so that we can blast the rock and harvest it. You can see the active face down below me with the different benches. They're all active mining areas, and currently we're down at a lower level. From here we're going to take you through the whole process, from the drilling all the way through to the finished product.
Bill talked about how we remove the overburden to get down to the granite that we want to mine. The next machine we use in our quarrying process is a drill rig like this one here. The drill rig is used to drill holes down through the mining face. We have a charge set down in the bottom of those holes, and then the next step is setting that charge off to reduce the granite down to a handleable size. Let's take a look at the results of those blasts. We've shown you the drilling and blasting procedures. The next step in quarrying rock is pushing that rock over the quarry face down to our primary crusher. An example of one of the machines we use is this D475A Komatsu dozer. This is a large machine. You can see by the size of this blade, it's got a large pushing surface for efficiency to move a lot of material over the quarry face in a short period of time. The material generated by these blasts is pushed from the top of the bench down to the active mining floor below. As you can see in this shot, we've got a Caterpillar D10 dozer pushing that material off of the quarry face. It's equipped with large rippers in the back to help loosen the material. We started up above at the top of the quarry face, showed you the drilling, blasting, and the dozer pushing the coarse rock off the top of the face to the mining floor below. This is an example of what that rock looks like after it's been pushed off from the top of the quarry face. Paul, while we're down here, why don't we swing around, give them a view of an unblasted mining face. You can see the fracturing in the rock. This quarry lies along the San Andreas Fault, so we get that natural fracturing instead of just being a solid face of granite. After the material is blasted and pushed over the quarry face, the next phase of operation in a quarry is the primary crushing. At Graniterock, our primary crusher is made by the Krupp Company. It's a large machine. This one is one of the largest mobile tire crushers in the world. It stands approximately 4 stories tall and is capable of producing enough 10-inch minus rock to fill 30 rail cars per hour. Let's take a closer look at this Krupp rubber-tired mobile crusher. You can see the size of this machine by Bill standing down there by the pan feeder. The pan feeder is fed with 3 992 loaders. We've got the flights that take the rock up to the gyratory crusher and a control tower up at the far end of the machine. Again, this crusher stands approximately 4 stories tall. Due to California's current energy crisis, Graniterock is running its main production shift at nighttime. You can see a 992 loader here feeding that large Krupp mobile crusher. With safety always being a primary concern at Graniterock, the area is well lit with mobile light plants. What we're seeing here is a view atop that mobile crop crusher. In the top right corner of the screen, you'll see the 992 loader feeding the hopper, and we've got material coming up what we call a pan feeder. Material is conveyed up the pan feeder and then into the jaws of the crop. The material is reduced to a 10-inch minus by our primary crusher and conveyed to our secondary processing facility. We see the material here coming through a tunnel from our coarse surge pile. Bill, can you tell us about the process from this point?
The material is conveyed up to our primary screening tower, and from there the oversized material comes back to a regrind bunker. From the regrind bunker, you can see the material flowing into a regrind crusher. This is a shot of our screen deck. Today we use polyurethane screens to separate our rock. This is a shot of the dry side with the overs going back to regrind. Between this deck and the one below, we make our 1.5-inch rock. From the middle deck to the bottom deck, we make 3/4-inch rock. And then the material is conveyed to a second tower where we make our road screenings. And here we see the final product being stockpiled.
You've seen our screening and crushing process, and ultimately this material has arrived at our 1/2-inch screening pile. I'll show you what it looks like here. This material has been screened and sized, but it hasn't been washed yet. Ultimately, this material will be carried out to our wash screens and then into our load-out facility.
In the quarrying process, the finished product can be loaded in a number of ways. What we're seeing here is a Caterpillar 988 loader loading a transfer truck. Transfer truck is capable of carrying 25 tons. 2 boxes are loaded to approximately 12.5 tons each. A variety of products are loaded this way. Base rock, drain rock, screenings, and slurry aggregate can all be loaded off ground stockpiles. The other method of loading is overhead loading. At Graniterock A.R. Wilson Quarry, we've got the Granite Express 2 system, which is an RF tag driven automated loadout system. The truck here is sitting on a 120-foot scale with a series of 8 bunkers overhead. The driver pulls a cord to actuate the system. The truck is loaded and topped off to generally within 400 pounds of maximum legal weight. Makes for an efficient, fast loading. Tag is auto-generated. The truck's on the road. Quarry Dog, Bill, and myself would like to thank you for joining us at the tour at Graniterock's A.R. Wilson Quarry here in Aromas. We took a look at how we harvest the granite and process it into the materials that you use in your road maintenance. There's slurry seal aggregates and your chip aggregates. Thanks again.